Remote Evil. Book 1. Chapter 25. The Other Gun. This audiovisual book was created by Joseph Russell Tim Pugison. The bullets keep shooting towards the obstacle which serves as her hiding place. The obstacle has started to shatter from the impact of the bullets against it. She knows she has to do her suicidal run soon. She tries to gather as much of her remaining courage and determination as much as she can. Then she heard even more bullets being fired. As if there is more than one gun that is being fired now. Then she heard the ear-shattering noise of bullets hitting metal. Then bullets stopped being fired at her hiding place. With the bullets stopping to shoot at her, she was finally able to feel her heart, which was pounding non-stop. It was eerily quiet. She checked to see if she has any bullet wounds she may not have noticed or felt with all her confusion and fear before. She is lucky. She has no bullet wounds. She looked around to see what has happened, why the bullets stopped being fired at her. She can see no one around her. Then bullets began being fired at her once again. She carefully peeked to see who or what was shooting at her. It was her rapist. It looks like he has recovered from his injuries and is able to shoot straight now. He is slowly improving his aim and is sure to hit her with a few more shots. Cherry is once again in terror. If she makes a run for it now, she will surely be an easy target to hit and kill by her rapist. If she stays in place, her rapist will eventually perfect his aim and shoot her to death like a trapped animal. She does not know what to do. All her previous determination to escape has almost left her. She is almost ready to concede defeat to her fate. She cries sorrowfully. All her survival instinct has left her. She is not even thinking of any miracle now that might save her from her predicament. She was so depressed that she never noticed that there were now more sounds of guns firing. Then she slowly noticed that she is no longer being fired at. She carefully peeked around again and sees her rapist firing his gun at another location besides her hiding spot. For a while she does not see anything in the direction where her rapist has been firing at. Then she noticed what seemed to be the barrel of a rifle that is almost completely hidden in the not so far away part of the forest that was almost completely covered with trees. The rifle in the forest was shooting back as well. The rapist and whoever or whatever was firing the gun at the forest were shooting at each other ferociously. But her rapist was slowly being defeated in the shooting match. It seems every time the rapist is fired at, the more he retreats inside the camper van. Eventually her rapist stopped firing. All the time her rapist is being fired at, Cherry was almost leaping with joy. Her hopes of escaping were slowly being regained. Perhaps the man shooting at her rapist was her savior, whoever he is. He could be a policeman who has tracked her location. Various encouraging thoughts filled her mind. Her courage grows. Will I make a run for it? She questioned herself. She quickly decides to make a run for it now that there is no one shooting at her already. She randomly selects a thick part of the forest to run to and escape. She made one last look at her rapist, who was by now hiding inside the camper van. She gathered up all her remaining strength and courage and began her quick dash to escape. She ran with all her might and as far as her legs will take her. She was crying with happiness. In her mind she is free, and that is all that matters now. Never mind that she is running naked in a forest unknown to her. Never mind that she is not wearing any covers for her feet that are now starting to develop rashes as they make contact with the rough forest floor and the sharp edges of the forest plants. All she wanted to do was to escape as far away as she can from her rapist. She has almost forgotten about the man who shot at her rapist and gave her the opportunity to run and escape. In her mind he could be another man she also needs to escape from. He might be an enemy of the rapist and has no intention of saving her. He may be as evil as her rapist. Her mind now progressed from staying as far away as possible from the camper van to also escaping the unknown forest she is in now and finding good people who would help her. Her mind is focused on running away. To where? She does not know yet. All she cared about first is to establish as much distance as she can from her rapist. In her mind she is beginning to think she can do it. No one has tried to stop her for some time now. But not until now. Somebody suddenly jumped her from behind. She struggled violently. She was kicking, punching and screaming like crazy. Until she was slapped very hard in the face. Not one, not two but several times. She paused struggling because of the pain in her face. She has been slapped and punched hard in her face which was now swollen and the new slaps in her face just made her facial pain nearly unbearable. She was about to start struggling again when she heard a loud but gentle voice. "Please stop fighting. Listen to me," the tough but gentle voice said to her. Perhaps she sensed that she is not in any danger, that she cooled down a bit to get a clearer understanding of what was happening. It was a man who jumped her from behind. He was holding her down now and preventing her from struggling. "I'm here to help you. Don't be afraid," the man told her. The voice reminded her of John. In fact, the man looked like John but was much younger. As if she was looking at the much younger version of John. She calmed down upon seeing his face. "Who are you?" she asked him nervously. "I'm John Ranger Jr." he said in a military voice, and he seemed proud of his name. She has almost forgotten about the name of John Ranger by now, but this stranger's name and face reminded her of him. Could he be his son? She asked herself. "Are you the one helping me before? Were you the one shooting at my rapist before?" She asked these questions to him. "Yes, I am the one shooting at the man and the gun at the tree that was shooting at you," he calmly replied to her. "I saw you running away from the camper van as if you were escaping something or someone," he continued. "Thank you. Thank you." She thanked him in appreciation for saving her. "No need to worry. I just wanted to help you," he replied back. "Who was the man shooting at you?" he asked her. "He kidnapped me and raped me," she said in an angry voice. Her hate for her rapist suddenly resurfaced. "He even killed an old man who was trying to help me before," she added. "Who is this old man?" he nervously questioned her as if expecting a grim reply from her. "I've forgotten his name, but he looks like you but a much older one," she answered back. "Could you describe him?" he again asked her, looking very worried this time. She described what John looked like. Then she clearly described the beard of John after seeing the beard of this man who was in front of her. Both the beard of this man and John looked very similar, as if they shared the same beard style. "He's my father," he coldly said to her. "I'm going to kill that man out there." He said this to Cherry, pertaining to her rapist. He cocked his gun as he prepares to go back and confront her rapist and killer of his father. He was on his way back to the camper van and was just a few feet away from her when he fell down hard to the forest ground. Blood started to drip down from a wound that just appeared from his back. John Jr. instinctively rolled to the nearest hiding place he can find, even though he is already bleeding. "Take cover!" he shouted at Cherry. She quickly obeyed, sensing danger as well. More shots are randomly fired at them. Cherry realizes that her rapist has followed and found her and now wants to kill her and John Jr. She looks around hoping to find out where her rapist is hiding. Then she clearly realizes where the bullets are actually coming from. End of chapter.